was a pretty nice day early on. We saw a lot of sunshine, then the storm started rolling in. At least it brought us much needed rain as well as cooled things off. Rain is done with now. Had a little shower that was sitting just to the south of Houma, but that is gone. And we are also clearing out from those earlier thunderstorms, had the remnant clouds. That is clearing out. So we will be under mostly clear skies through the overnight period, but temperatures not coming down. In fact, they started to warm up through the late evening. We bottomed out at about 73 degrees with the rain cooled air. We're back up to 79 degrees at Kenner, and the heat index is 82. Not much of a heat index, but high humidity doesn't make it feel cool at all. Welcome to June. We're in the 70s across the board right now and not really cooling off much through the night. As I mentioned, we did get that rain cooled air. Believe it or not, our high of 90 degrees was set before noon. Just before 1 o'clock, the temperature was 88. Rain began about 20 to 2, and we were at 85 degrees. Rain continued. Temperature went in 4 minutes from 85 to 79, and then about 9 minutes before 2 o'clock, that was the low for the day, 73, and now temperatures are starting to come up once again. Lee's Landing tomorrow afternoon, high of around 91 degrees, plenty of sunshine, hot, maybe an isolated shower. Rain coverage today was about 40–50%. That'll be limited to around 20% tomorrow, and then I'm not even mentioning rain really through Thursday as the ridge of high pressure will be building in. Boy, look at Alex at 70-mile-an-hour winds. This is the strongest the storm has ever been, although it really doesn't have the tropical characteristics. As you kind of look at the satellite presentation, it almost has more of a comma shape. That's not really common with a tropical disturbance, but it is right now borderlining on a hurricane. Once it gets into optimal environmental conditions, it can explode in strength. Wasn't doing it in the Gulf of Mexico, but here is the storm center, whereas all the thunderstorms are now just about clear of Bermuda. So as the storm center itself continues to approach the island, staying to the north, all the rainfall will be gone probably within the next couple of hours, and the island will see improving conditions. Then the storm gets into the colder north central Atlantic waters and will dissipate as we get into the early part of next week. So not much fanfare with Alex, thankfully. And as it moved through the Gulf and into Florida, it was always just a potential tropical cyclone, basically an area of investigation. And despite the fact that it moved right over the loop current, if you remember last week, 2 weeks ago, we had brought up an article that was posted about how the loop current now, similar to what it was back in 2005, and storms that move over it will explode in strength. Well, this didn't do anything when it moved over the loop current and the very warm water. In fact, it started to more or less intensify as it got into cooler, kind of just borderline temperatures to support 79–80 degree water temperatures to support tropical development. What you need for development or strengthening is the absence of dry air. We never had that in the Gulf of Mexico. You need low to no wind shear. We saw ample wind shear in the Gulf, and you need the warm sea surface temperatures. Just that alone doesn't mean much if you don't have the other two, and the Gulf of Mexico was a hostile environment for anything. Kind of interesting, we're still dealing with these upper troughs that are moving through. That's what kind of helped us spark a lot of our rainfall today. That is moving on, and an upper ridge is building in through the week. The ridge not only warms us up, but also dries us out. And I'm telling you, we're looking at probably record-breaking temperatures across the desert Southwest and Texas with this upper high sitting right over them. And that's going to continue well through next week. By the end of the week, we're going to see the upper ridge kind of pushing off to the west and upper trough, which should help to bring in a few disturbances, allowing for some better rain chances toward Friday and the weekend. Doesn't look like a washout, but certainly better chances for rain because through Thursday, we're going to stay hot and mostly dry.
All right. Thank you, Chris. Russia